What's up guys, welcome to a new video on my channel. Today I'm reviewing the Ford GT40 MK I in Forza Horizon 4. Let's start with some information about the car. The year of the construction was from 1964 till 1968. Produced was 124 pieces and 107 survived. The engine of the car was the Ford V8 4195 cubic centimeters with 350 horsepower. That's 247 kilowatt. The engine was mounted over the rear axle. It has a 5-4 speed gearbox from Coletti and later from ZF. The car can reach maximum speed of 250 till 320 kilometers per hour and reach the speed from 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. So now we come to the history of the car. Ford took a leading place in the touring car racing in Europe, but it was not until 1962 the breakthrough came with a major worldwide motorsport campaign. A key element of this campaign, under the slogan Total Performance, was the victory at Le Mans, which reaffirmed Henry Ford II's determination to assert himself in Europe. During the early days at Le Mans, it seemed to make the most sense to buy Ferrari's experience and technology. However, after negotiations with Enzo Ferrari failed, a victory at Le Mans became the personal satisfaction of the company's executive. Malicious tongues claim it was basically a fight between Henry and Enzo. The racing cars were merely the weapons. The legend of the Ford GT began in the mid-1960s. The Ford V8s were to be used to conquer at Le Mans, and it worked. The Ford GT eventually dominated the world of motorsports from 1966 to 1969. True racing historians and enthusiasts know the legends behind the name the Gran Turismo, which was later nicknamed the GT40 in reference to its overall size of 40 inches. The original racing program had been developed by Henry Ford II. After his attempt to buy Ferrari was unsuccessful, Ford then changed his intention and now built his own racing cars. The roots for this lay in England, where the Ford team began work on all new Ford sport cars in 1963 under the leadership of Roy Lunn. This was strongly based on Eric Broadley's Lola GT in April 1964. The car, proudly named the Ford GT, was presented to the press for the first time. In June 1964, the Le Mans public began to take notice of the elegant race car. That year, all GTs were eliminated from the race. Ford hired Carroll Shelby to oversee the program in 1964. Carroll Shelby was no stranger to the Le Mans, putting his expertise to the work for Ford and its GT40 campaign. He had already won the race in 1959, piloting an Aston Martin, and his Shelby American team had put Ferrari under severe pressure but ultimately failed to beat it. Thus, it was only natural that the Texas chicken farmer brought his Ford to the track and saying, "I've got that Ferrari in my bag." So, the latter's first act was to install the 7-liter 427 cubic centimeter V8 in the car, which then became known as the Ford GT40 Mark II. But that was not the end of the story. Shelby's team in California also had to cure the messed up aerodynamics of the British development. Many components, such as the Coletti gearboxes and the filigree spoked wheels, proved unsuitable for long distance. In the end, Shelby redesigned almost the entire car. In February 965, Ken Miles and Lloyd Ruby drove the Mark II to its first victory in the Daytona 2000 kilometer race, and they break almost every existing record. So guys, that was the information from my side. Now you can see in the background a gameplay from Forza Horizon 4 with the Ford GT40 Mark I. So enjoy the gameplay and I continue to drive because that's what I like.